This is the episode two of the podcast that we've started.
I love being in second place.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. My brother, Mario games, Mario Party, Smash Bros. Melee, I'd always come in second, so I'm kind of used to it. That's fine.
Yeah. Episode 2 of More Stuff Now.
More stuff now.
More Stuff Now is what we're calling this. This is an announcement, promotional podcast for NYI, the stuff's going on.
That's us. That's here.
Yeah, so my name is Dylan, and we are currently in my office at Middletown Church of the Nazarene.
Really comfy.
It looks like a college dorm room. And
Smells probably like one too.
yeah, smells a little like a college dorm room. And I'm here with Ryan Farmer. Yes.
It's me.
Settle down, everyone. So Brian is...
Brian?
Brian.
Oh, Brian? You're talking about somebody else?
No.
That's not me?
No, just you.
Oh.
I think I just said,
Brian.
Ryan.
Like bro, Ryan? Like
Yeah.
Brian.
It's your...
my
it's
bro, Ryan.
Bro, Ryan is on staff at Alexandria. And,
It's a fact.
yeah. So, we'll just let Ryan tell a little bit about himself and where he comes from and that kind of stuff. So, Ryan, who are you?
Who am I? Hi, my name's Ryan John Farmer. It's me. That's what my parents named me back 23 and a half years ago. It's a good name. I like it. It means little king, gracious gift of God, and a farmer. You know, they farm, they harvest. So it's real spiritual. I like it. You know, I'm like a
Little king, gracious gift of God who farms.
Yeah, it's me. So you're welcome. That's a fun fact for you. Yeah, so that's me. I'm 23. I actually grew up in Middletown my whole life until a couple years ago. I've been at Alexandria for 2 years, just a little, like a month over 2 years now, and it's been good. It's been really cool. It's been my first pastoral role as a youth pastor, and it's been so cool to see how God has, even in 2 years, transformed my life from what I've learned and been educated on, from to now, and I've changed a lot. I've seen a lot in 2 years, and we have a great church in Alexandria, a very faithful church that loves me, loves my wife, and they're super supportive, and it's God's definitely moving in Alexandria. It's pretty neat.
Cool. So, you're the youth pastor there,
I am.
right? How long have you been doing youth ministry for? 2 years?
Yep.
Cool. What do you think got you to that point of wanting to do youth ministry?
You know what's funny? And my good friend Dylan here.
Oh.
Yeah. Bro, Dylan. We've been friends now for quite a while. I know, several years, a few years.
Probably four
Yeah,
years.
At least 4. Well, last year I wasn't a fan.
Let's say that
So 3. I'm just kidding.
I've been here in Middletown for 4 years, and when the first time I set foot in the door, Ryan walked up to me and was like, "Hey, can I come over to your house?" And I was like, "Sure, guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fine."
It worked out great.
And so yeah, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, to that
like,
day.
on the button.
Yeah. And it's been great getting to know you, and but I say this because I've hung out at your house quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you the last thing that I ever want to be is a youth pastor.
Yeah. I remember that vividly.
Yeah, and like right after that, God started to work on my heart and say, you have been overlooking teenagers and missing the whole point. And it's been really cool for God to soften my heart and to see how he uses teens. Everyone, but teens as well. And so then God softened my heart. I got a call from Alexandria, and they said, hey, we want to interview you to see if you want to be a youth pastor here. And I was like, that's perfect timing. And God knew what to do, because if my heart wasn't open for that, I probably would have said no. But I said, yeah, it's been great.
I remember we were at Youth Specialties Conference, and it was probably in Cincinnati, and you were talking about wanting to be a senior pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And during one of the services, you leaned over to me and you were like, do many senior pastors come to this kind of thing? And I was like, no.
Uh-huh.
And then probably a week later, you were like, I'm thinking about youth ministry. Yeah.
Which that would be a great thing for senior pastors to go
Oh,
to.
for sure, but they don't.
But they don't. So listen, all you senior pastors that aren't so seniory.
Get involved.
Yeah. Come on.
Get involved in youth ministry.
It's not like you have enough on your plate.
So my next question for you, Ryan, is why are you the way that you are?
Is that a real question?
Yeah.
How do I answer that?
What got you to where you're at? So I'm Ryan Farmer.
But you're Dylan. He's
No,
Dylan. Now he's
this
lying.
is hypothetical.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm Ryan Farmer. I've been on this planet for 23 and a half years.
Yeah.
I serve as a youth pastor in a small town in Indiana.
Yep.
Why am I like this? Why do I love working with teenagers? What got me? What kept me in the church?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me try to put this in just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right. 'Cause everyone watching right now is like, tell me more, Ryan. Okay, I will. So this is the more. Number one, I was born into a phenomenal family. My parents are amazing Christian people who have. If there's one thing that I can say about my childhood and being raised, it's like a fish farm or something. You know? No,
I was bred from the best stock,
Yeah.
and I won a blue ribbon at 4-H. and-
yeah, it was great. So blessed. No, that's it. But being as I was growing up,
Yeah.
my parent, one thing they did, and I think this is the most important thing that any parent can do, is to know, as a child, to know that you are loved. And it was, every day, my parents, bye, I love you. So we're going to school, going to bed, night, love you. We're on the phone, okay, bye, I love you. I'll see you in a little bit, love you. And it was just love you, love you, love you all the time. Matter of fact, one time I called my friend Wyatt Bivens, shout out, probably never gonna watch this or hear this, shout out. I said, we were like 6th grade, so a real fun age to be at. It's not awkward at all. I said, all right, we're on the phone because we didn't have cell phones then, believe it or not. And I said, all right, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye, I love you. And he was like, what? I said, nothing bye. Because I'm so used to saying love you to my parents. It's just natural to come out. So
That's what every 6th grade boy wants to say
Yeah.
to his friend.
yeah, exactly.
also a
We were
boy.
both kind of like, there was like a second of,
In the
what?
in the hall next, you were like ashamed to look at each other
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that, but
Wait,
that,
you're old enough to have been a 6th grader without a cell phone.
yeah, believe it or not.
Super old, man.
I know. Yeah, nowadays, right?
Any 6th grader has a cell
Oh
phone.
yeah, they got the newest iPhone, man.
Oh, that's
But-
good stuff.
But yeah, so I say that just to show you kind of like how I lived my life with my family, because we loved each other, we vocalized it. Which,
So you would say that a strong family that cared, supported,
yeah, absolutely.
was,
They came to
is-
all
was
my
a
sporting
big was a
events.
big part of
Absolutely.
shaping you into who you are today.
Yeah, and it's funny. The older you get, I'm sure the older I get from here on out, you're gonna see you and your parents.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh man,
Big time.
and that's really interesting. But so growing up, Christian home, fast forwarding all the way to senior year, because there's lots of other fun things
in high school.
in high school.
Senior in high school.
Right? Yeah, I'm not a senior in college yet. I'm taking the slow route.
Yeah.
They call me the tortoise of college. They don't call me that, but. Speaking of which, I saw a tortoise at PetSmart last week. They brought in these people brought in a tortoise that was like this big on a wagon to get a picture taken with the Easter Bunny. Not kidding. It was so cool.
They brought a tortoise.
A real tortoise.
They brought their personal pet tortoise in.
Yeah.
We're getting a fax right now. That's what that noise is.
Gotcha.
So by the way, who faxes anything? Probably the person
Yeah.
with the
Let's
tortoise.
get on another. Yeah. It's
So-
the tortoise people.
They pulled their tortoise in
Yeah.
on a wagon.
Yeah. like a red wagon.
Oh my!
It was so cool.
I can't even. Oh, okay. There's so many questions. We don't have time.
Yeah.
So
What
what?
was I saying?
Yeah.
I got
so
really
you
excited
are
about the tortoise.
you are the
Senior in high
tortoise.
school.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. How do we go from senior high
Fast
school
forward
to
to senior year in high school, and
no tortoises in this story. High school, yeah. So my brother went on this thing called the World Race. He came back. He was gone for 11 months, going to 11 different countries and on a mission trip. And I started growing when he was gone, spiritually. And he came back, and then I was growing some more. This timing, just how God was working. And then in October of 2013, which was the beginning of my senior year of high school, I was in youth group. Travis Barnett. Shout out to Travis Barnett.
he might hear this.
Yeah, he might, and he's an awesome guy. If you guys don't know Travis, find Travis, talk to him. He's a phenomenal man, just like this guy. Most of these youth pastors are just amazing people, and he's awesome. He's a great friend of mine, as Dylan is. But
Travis is like a large step above me, though.
How's that?
Oh, I just mean in general as a person. Like he's a way nicer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's just like a way nicer.
Yeah,
person
that's
than
true.
I am.
If you're gonna choose to hang out, you see Travis. And
definitely
Dylan.
pick Travis.
Yeah. So. Words of wisdom.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
science.
He won't be offended.
That's just science.
We have
point.
given you that.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway,
You know,
so Travis
was
yeah.
the youth pastor.
Yeah.
We were in worship service for youth group, and we had enough kids to have a teen band. We had running like 40 kids, and as someone who's growing in their faith and is very studious, I sat in the front.
There you go.
Because that's what you do when you sit in the front. You want to learn. Because typically, whenever the youth pastor says, "Okay, who wants to pray?" everyone's eyes go, and if you're in the front, you get
Picked
seen.
on.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. So most people don't sit in the front. I sat in the front willingly, and so we had this worship service or youth group, and basically what happened. Long story short, is this is a huge part of my testimony because this is when the Holy Spirit just drop kicked me in the face.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It's the first time that I really.
It sounds painful,
tasted,
but it was
sounds
good.
so painful, but it's so good. I've never experienced God's presence like that before that moment, and it was so cool. You could just feel the love of Christ just completely wrapping me, and it's something I cannot describe. And Travis was sitting next to me, and he actually, I found out later that God told him several times, like, pray with him. He kept saying no. And then finally he said, "Ryan, I feel like God's doing something in your heart right now." And I wasn't, being all Pentecostal. Or, handsy and feeling it and showing everybody. I don't know how to do it. I don't, you're doing all your touchdown, your whatever it's called.
Handsy is probably not the way
It's
I would
not.
describe that.
Edit.
Hopefully you weren't being handsy at youth group, because that'll get you in trouble.
That's true. Don't be handsy.
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
And
also, Pentecostals are not handsy.
They're not
either.
They're great people.
We would say charismatic is
Yes,
the word.
charismatic. Yeah. Pentecostal. So I love everyone. Just so you guys know, I just said that to exaggerate.
No one is handsy. He just misspoke. That's all.
I misspoke. Sometimes when you're live, you say things that it just isn't perfect. So, I wonder how much of this is you got to edit.
Yeah, well,
none of it.
We'll see.
So, this is a long story to get through, not being handsy. And he prayed over me at the altar. I was like, how does he know this is happening? And then we looked at each other and we gazed into each other's eyes.
Oh, man.
No, but I just was grinning from ear to ear. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but this is awesome. He prayed over me again. And ever since that night, I've never been the same. So that jump started, really, I think, my calling into ministry. Because if we rewind back to when I was in 5th grade, that's the only time I went to church camp. And I think that I told a guy that I felt called to be a pastor, and that was it. So I don't know if that was true or not. But we fast forward now to senior year, and this relationship happens with Christ. My entire life changes. And I've always been a good kid in a good Christian home, middle class. I'm a white male, middle class. I don't think I was disliked in school. Maybe, I don't know. I had friends.
You had a pretty easy route.
Yeah, very easy, very privileged, very blessed in that sense.
Yeah.
And but everything changed. Everything changed. Even though I I've been living the American dream, and out of any human in history of the world,
Yeah.
I mean, being what I was and still am is you're blessed
Yeah.
in those kinds of senses.
Yeah.
So, but everything changed, even though I had all of that stuff, and I felt like I had so much more to live for now that I have Christ. And I just wanted to tell everybody about Jesus. I have my Bible. I'd bring my waterproof Bible to school, and in chemistry class, I'd be like, "Hey, check out my Bible," and then I'd put it under the thing and pour water on it, and I'd be like, "Oh, you can't do that. It's a book." I'm like, "Oh, but I can because it's waterproof. It's the Holy Spirit." And it was cool. So everybody kept playing with my Bible, putting it in there and everything. So it was great. And then I felt the call to ministry and youth ministry. No. It was not what I had in mind. But I just want to be obedient to whoever Christ has me. And I am definitely called to be in youth ministry right now.
Yeah.
But we move on. I went on the road race gap year. I was gone for 9 months. Went to Guatemala, Malaysia, and Botswana. That's in Central America, Southeast Asia, and South Africa, Southern Africa. And God affirmed my calling there. I learned so much about ministry and missions and what it's not, what you think it is, and all these other things. And God's continued to shape my heart. And I don't know how long ago after that. I think it was not quite a year. Well, once I got back, I was praying. I was like, God, I'm ready to get going. Give me a wife. Give me, I want to be a pastor. I want to run. I want to hit the ground running. And in November of 2016,
That was me.
oh, that was him. In 2016, I met my now wife, Jill, who's an amazing woman of God. And 3 months later, we were engaged. And then 6-7 months later from when we were engaged, we got married. And so that's pretty cool how that moved fast. But within that time frame, right before we got engaged, right after we got engaged, I got hired on to be a youth pastor at Alexandria. And my faith has continued to grow a lot in this. But you get married, you become a youth pastor. We're fostering right now as well. We have 2 boys that we're fostering. And we got a Chihuahua and a cat. And currently several fish. Our fish just had babies.
Wow.
Yeah, we're learning.
Exciting times
It is
in fish world.
It is. And actually, I'm becoming a fish hobbyist. So right now, remember this day. Hopefully in 10
my
years
word.
from now, you're going to remember me. One thing, listen, this is a thing I have told Travis when he was the youth pastor here. I know I've talked about it with you. Fish tanks. We need them.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I would just love it.
I
We had
did
fish-
not even expect for you to say that.
Really?
You have your own youth room and you're your own youth pastor now. Where's your
Yeah,
fish tank?
that's true. It's in our house. Well, here's the thing. I've learned so.
I thought that would be item agenda number 1
to
for
get a
you.
fish tank. Yeah.
Become youth pastor, get fish tank.
Yes. They're cool. It's relaxing. They're pretty. They're cool.
It seems like that was your agenda the whole time.
Yes.
Like that's the reason you became a youth pastor.
Seriously, like I only want to become a youth pastor to get a daggone fish tank, and it hasn't even happened yet. 2 years later, what am I doing? I'm slacking.
So you mentioned this earlier, but you apparently you have raced everyone in the world and
Yes,
you won. Is
I
that
did.
what?
Yeah.
So you went on a race around the world
Yes,
against
we started
one person from each country.
Yeah.
Were you an Olympian?
I was okay.
What's happened
There you
here?
go.
What's happened here?
I am the first fish tank Olympian. No, we the World Race is a super cool organization through Adventures and Missions. And basically, what I did was I don't know why it's called the World Race because when I was fundraising for it, people were like, "Hey,
This is a 5K? Like,
Yeah,
why is this 5K so
definitely
expensive?
not going to be running a 5K."
Why is this? Why do you need so much money to run 3 miles? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a missions trip. It's and it different age ranges. But mine was college age, so 18 to 22, and I was 20 at the time, and so yeah, we had a route which each different squad has a route. You have different groups of people going to different countries, and our list of countries, our route was Guatemala, Malaysia, Botswana, and we went to each country for about 3 months to do mission work, to go to our hosts there, and whatever they needed us to help with, we did that. And so it was phenomenal. I highly recommend, if at all possible, for you to check into it. I don't think everyone's called to do it, and I think not everyone needs to do it, but I think it's a huge eye-opener and a great opportunity if you ever want to go down that path.
Yeah.
Just someone speaking from experience, but it's God really opens your mind when you go and see different cultures.
So with the race, what was your which was your favorite country? Not necessarily the people, but geographically, because I'm sure all the people were your favorite people. But geographically, where was your favorite place to be? Like, man, I would go, of the three, it's like, where would I like to go back to?
Right. That's hard, to be honest. Geographically, Guatemala was beautiful. There'd be like hills where it looks like a quilt because of how they have their like farm. They have them in squares, or
Right.
It's beautiful. Malaysia has its own beauty for sure. We were around caves and big giant rocks and super cool. Botswana was a desert. So even when I that was my last country. So when I came back to the States and I flew in May to the Indy airport, it's like grass. I just want to wallow in the grass. Give me grass. So I'd say Guatemala probably.
Yeah.
Beautiful. They were all beautiful. Let me say beautiful one more time. Beautiful. Geographically, let's just shoot with Guatemala.
Yeah. On a scale, you were in Africa.
I was in Africa.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you get eaten by lions?
7. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high amount of eaten by
Yeah.
lions.
You see my big toe.
Were you able to see any lions in the wild?
Lions, no. We did see a cheetah, which was not supposed to be where it was. We were in a game ranch, where we slept in the game ranch. But
The people were like yelling at the cheetah, like, "You're not supposed to be here.
Get out!" But we did hear a story before we came to this game ranch of a couple that went there, and they were having a campfire, and all of a sudden, this woman, I think she's an elderly woman, it doesn't matter. She was a woman. She looks over, and about 8 feet away is a lion.
Oh.
No joke. And she looks at it, it looks at her, she looks back at the campfire and just stays calm, and it walks away. Because at that, what they say is, if you see a lion, do not move. Do not run. If you run, it's now a game.
Oh,
And you're done. Come on.
No, nobody's going to outrun a lion.
No.
So, you are
I am.
going to be speaking at an event coming up at the end of this week.
I am.
Right? Saturday is the end of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the end of this week, April 27th, there is an event called, we call it Combined or Team Convention, but NYI has a part of that, and our NYI convention is there every year at Shiloh Park. It starts at 9 in the morning. It's done about 2. There's a Chick-fil-A lunch.
Yep.
$8, I think, is the cost on that. And we will have, NYI will be broken off for a couple hours from the rest of the crew. And we've got some guys lined up to do some seminars. Cody Hope is going to do one.
Great guy.
On the Enneagram and how that affects your ministry and the types of personalities that not only we are, but who we minister to. And Paul Ward, who is Cody. Cody is the youth pastor at Huntington. You could see him on the last episode of More Stuff Now.
Yep, the first guy, first place,
Cody.
second place, Ryan.
And then Paul Ward is the chaplain at the Muncie YOC Youth Opportunity Center. He is going to be speaking on discipleship as culture. So, what is is that what you're speaking on?
Huh?
What are you speaking about?
You want to know what I'm speaking on? You'll have to ask me in a few days.
So Ryan's is a surprise.
Yes, it's a surprise to all
He's
of
got
us,
a surprise,
including myself.
He's got a surprise seminar coming up.
I do.
So we have this event coming up, and other than lunch, it is free of charge.
Yeah.
So it's a time to come, be equipped,
Yep.
hear some seminars, do some voting on church business, especially on NYI stuff. All that being said, convention is coming up. You can come hear Ryan speak about something that remains to be seen.
I think it's going to be good. I'm going to keep praying on it.
Your seminar title is probably going to be My Little Pony in the program, because if you don't give me a title, then that's probably what I'll put in there.
Yeah, or my giant tortoise at PetSmart.
Either one.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah. So, and this year we do not have. We have a little more time, so it's going to be 3 seminars instead of 4.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
and everybody's just going to go to each. So
Nice.
Yeah, we'll just get to
So you get to hear me
no
ramble
choices,
about...
no playing favorites. We're just going to hear each
So
person.
how long do I get? Like an hour and a half?
Half hour.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Good.
No,
I get an hour and a half.
half hour.
Hour and a
Yeah,
half.
30
Sweet.
minutes.
I'm gonna-
30 minutes. Half of 1 hour.
90!
Yeah, 30 minutes times 3 is what. No, yeah. So anyway, convention. It's at Shiloh Park. Starts at 9 a.m. You don't have to be a delegate to go. You can be, though. That's
You also
appreciated
can
as well. But you don't have to be there to vote to go. And then we'll do some promotions and hear about what's coming up in the NYI front. So, Ryan, thanks for coming to hang out in my office for a little bit.
Anytime.
And talk about yourself and
Very
some
honest.
events going on. And we will get this up and out to the interwebs.
Yeah, hopefully, if you've never met me, this first impression wasn't a bad one. Maybe we can have a real first impression.
It'll be the same.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah? You think I'll be even funnier in person?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will catch you later.